Hey Collective, welcome back to Copper Visions. My name is Antonio and this is your reading. I am tuning in from Cardiff, Wales in the UK. I have never been here before and I've actually been traveling a lot for work. I don't think I've really mentioned that a lot, but just in case you're wondering why the scene changes behind me every couple readings or so, that's why. So I've been meeting and witnessing a lot of different people, a lot of different locations that I've never experienced before, and the message that wants to come out for you today is a card of rescue. You could be a Gemini. You also could be another air sign, but mainly if you're not, it would be that you are spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to help others, how to even rescue someone else, potentially, or you might feel like you're in a position to influence someone else's decisions, and I think we always are, but there's definitely a calling here to admit that you cannot save everyone. And even though it is a very, very admirable human task for us to come to the rescue when situations erupt, that's a really beautiful thing, and you are more than capable of doing that, I'm hearing. So let's see what else is in here for you, because it just seems like you're kind of at the you are aiding a situation, which is lovely, but at the same time the energy I'm in right now and I feel right now is one of needing rest, is one of really honing in on your most tender, loving worth. And I don't know if worth necessarily feels like tender and loving, but I'm pretty sure it does. for me, at least. I don't know about you. I'd like to see what else is coming out about this rescue card, Spirit. Can you guide the collective and myself to a space of quantum jumping into our highest timeline from this point forward? Ah, yeah, Ten of Wands. Interesting. You could be feeling burdened, and I know it's a little dark. The sun is kind of going down and it's becoming night, so I'll keep it short this round, because I know the last reading I posted was probably a little long, if I might say myself, but the point of it is to at least finish a story. So, Queen of Swords. See, now I didn't really know that this Queen of Swords was here with the Ten of Wands. And there might just be something that you have had to cut out in order to bring yourself to a more rested state, or more rested state of mind. And today I actually had a golden latte, which I think is a mix of turmeric and maybe cinnamon and something else with some oat milk. I don't know why I have to tell you my whole order, but it felt very nourishing, and it wasn't coffee, but it was in a place called Quantum Coffee. And there was this beautiful inspiration that I feel like sharing with you right now. And what that was is that, wouldn't it be amazing if you felt, for a second you were falling back, or you were struggling with something, and you would just want to know what's the highest, what is the most high vibing thing that I could do that is going to set me up for the trajectory that I really, really want. But you only really want it because it's connected to the most divine version of you right now, the most soulful or the most playful, or even if you don't want that, it's something else, Communication, saying it, speaking it. Page of Swords. Okay, so there's a muscle car driving outside the window right here. And I'm on the 6th floor, so 6 could be significant. But also that's the card of the Lovers, and a choice, a decision to cut something out. Ooh, the Magician. Okay, so you're aware of your resources. You're aware of the things. You are aware of what? What are you aware of right now? is collective aware of right now? Ooh, karmic relationship, releasing the past, and one with self. So please, of course, I use these twin flame oracle cards sometimes, and sometimes they're very, like, the words they have are very specific to relationships, of course, because it's a twin flame oracle. However, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship with a person, is what I'm getting. Karmic relationship. I'm getting with a thing, with something you have a relationship with, releasing the past, and one with self. So blossoming. So I actually think that you were finally blossoming from a past version of who you were, who you are. That's what quantum leaping is all about, actually. When you quantum leap, you are identifying with a version of yourself that you have not been. And you own it so mightily that you operate from a different set of maybe values or a way of being. And when you continue to do this, you, after some time, and that time is flexible, you are the version of you that you seek. So you're aware of this. You're aware of what the next step is, I'm hearing. So I want to see what you're releasing, though, so that we can move forward. Ooh. Oh, wow. The Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. That is really, really, really clear. Oh, man. Here you go. Let's shed some light on this. So the Eight of Swords here and the Eight of Cups, I mean, really self-explanatory. I don't want to spend too much time here because it's already from the past. You know something that you've let go of, but definitely has to do with something that was keeping you up, was keeping you maybe stuck. Maybe you were wondering where someone else stood with you, for example, or where you stood with someone, and it kind of goes both ways, right? And you found out maybe at night, maybe last night, or maybe whenever you're seeing this, it could be tonight. And there's a door that closed, and it closed firmly. Wow, okay. Oh. Well, I just want to say I love you, first of all. I want to say I love you. I want to say that I hope that you are doing everything you can to, live your best life in your day-to-day, and yeah, you can't save everyone, right? But you know that. And sometimes you got to reel it in, right? So I think that actually this is a really beautiful moment of really, like we said earlier, honing in on your worth. Okay. Before I go get off in the weeds. Okay, this is where we are. There's two cards coming. Oh my God! Wow. Okay. So I know. I made a face, but this is interesting. It's almost like something doesn't want you to get away. Something doesn't want you to get away, because the devil and the Knight of Swords. This is a really quick energy. It kind of the kind of energy you don't want to spend time in. The kind of energy that has you on edge. And if you burn your synapses, I'm hearing, if you burn your it's almost maybe connected to dopamine, your dopamine levels. Like if you kind of, this would be kind of speaking to if you were, I want to be really careful about what I say here. How would I say this? I think you know where I'm going, though, collective. I think this energy isn't necessarily the energy that you want to be creating from, but to transcend. And so we're transcending a moment that actually is, maybe there's a pull to do something right now that isn't necessarily connected to your future, but more connected to your past. And this doesn't have to be some, crazy, horrible thing, but what I'm getting is that there could be a desire that you have that's just almost like a siren singing to you. Come this way, and you're almost like, whoa, let's see how you feel about it. That's what I want to know. I want to see how you feel about it. And please, take this or leave it. If it doesn't resonate, leave it for someone else. Leave it for who it does. But what is to come here is a solution, is a resolution to step into the highest. Queen of Wands. This is giving... I'm getting unorthodox queen. I'm getting... and this has nothing to do with gender, just in case you needed to hear that again. But I'm getting... You're going to do this your own way. You've been doing this your own way. You know that you're a powerful magnetizer. You attract things to you well. Okay, well, what's the outside energy? What's maybe the thing that's kind of calling in a way? What does it have to do? Oh, there's a few cards that came out, but it's definitely I see the Five of Wands and the Queen of Cups here. I'm holding them in a bit of a limbo between my hands, and this fight has been fought before. It is giving somewhat of an addiction. It's giving somewhat of a, well, something that's overdone. And what fell, and the lights just turned off. Dang, and it's really dark in here now. Shoot. Well, maybe I won't post this. I don't know. But maybe if you're okay with seeing this. Dang. How am I going to do this? Oh boy. The Page of Wands, the two of Wands in the world. It's coming to an end. Something's coming to an end. You're not going to be feeling how you normally feel when you do the thing. Okay, I need to finish it, and it has to be like this. Wow. There's so much that wants to come out here for you, collective. Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and the Emperor. Okay. Whoa, okay, I have a wild idea right now. I'm just gonna do this. Huh. Yeah, it's like, yeah, why don't you just cut what you have? But it's like, because it's a part of the reading, it's part of the message. You might just have to switch positions. You might have to actually physically remove yourself so that you can see why you're doing what you're doing. And that kind of sounded a little different than I thought. But right here, I have the Four of Swords. I have the Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor. You're doing it so that you can give your energy to the right things, to the things that you've been working on already, aside from this other thing. That's what I'm getting. And so now, wow. So now, that's going to put you in a position of strength. That's going to put you in a position where you belong. And I'm seeing, and yes, I did have this idea earlier for myself personally, but it's coming in really, really strong, is that, I just wanted to draw a bath. And lay in some hot water, And so I'm seeing someone draw a bath, and it's really hot, and you just get in there, you take your time, you get present, you let go of everything, and you sink in. You get in touch with your body, with your senses, with your heart, and with your mind. And what the heat will do for you will allow the energy to release, and you will cleanse. What else for collective? Just a few more. Ooh, and Page of Pentacles in reverse. So if there's an opportunity, there's an offering coming to you, I'm almost getting, don't take it. This feels very, it feels like I'm walking someone through an experience that they're having right now. Like, and I say that, and it's maybe you, right? Or someone even. It could be multiple people. Balance. It just you need to find your balance, and I think you know what you need to do in order to find your balance. And look, it looks like you're standing on ground that is normally covered with whatever this thing is, but when the water goes away, and I'm sorry about the focus, but there's a bunch of seashells on the ground, and the tide is going to rise. The tide is going to rise, you know that. The tide is going to rise, and for some reason that just seems really significant right now. And I'm not sure what it really means. 9 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Perseverance, resilience. And at the top, Ace of Wands, creativity, action, energy. You will gain your energy. You will gain the energy that you need in order to complete this cycle of yours. Because with the 9 of Wands, you get the Ace of Wands, and that's 10. And that is what we began this entire reading with. This whole cycle that's been going and going and going. And I even see this at the top of another deck. This pattern that's been happening, going on for so long. It's coming to an end. It is coming to an end, collective. So hang in there. Hang in there. And I just feel like I'm right there with you. And it's crazy how we even talked about rescue, earlier. So if you're going through something that's wild, I want you to know you're not alone. And I feel so in touch with actually being right there next to someone. And just allowing you to put your head on my shoulder, or you're doing that for someone, or like just the power that has in it when someone feels so alone or lost is incredible, and it's so healing, and it's okay, Wow. Open your heart, set loving boundaries, and you just need to set a boundary. And that actually, what's funny about that is that setting a boundary actually allows you to open your heart. Just because there's a difference between making walls to live behind versus creating a boundary that maybe has a gate opening, and you can decide when the boundary needs to be there and when you can walk through and experience something different. But for the most part, gate's closed. You can still see on the other side of it, but you're not going there. Yeah. Wow. Intense change. Sometimes quantum leaping, sometimes, more often than not, it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable, so you have to fight. You have to really fight for it. But you're not doing it alone. And the more you listen to this, the more you allow yourself to quantum leap into the future that is yours, you are healing all wounds that you have associated with lack and abandonment and I'm hearing remorse. I can't even see it, but it says time to forgive. And it's you who you're forgiving. You're forgiving yourself about this thing, whatever it is. So I just want to leave you with something to kind of hold on to while you're continuing to make this change and do this incredible leap. Wow. Wow. You are much more capable, much more amazing than you realize, collective. And if you need to come back to this reading, please do. It just seems like there's so many words or so many phrases I need to say here that maybe you haven't heard in a while. And whoever this is for, I actually feel like this is not for very many people, and maybe not even the same collective I've been reading for, but this is someone who's really going through it. So is there anything, Spirit, that you'd like them to know? Not from here. Okay. And you might just be just feeling down, feeling like that do not disturb. Okay, conscious connections. I can't show all of this, but I'm going to read this to you. Okay, it says, and it's beautiful, beautiful artwork, but it says, "You are here to love and be loved. Judgment of yourself, of another, or from another does not have to take up precious space in your heart. You can keep your heart clear, open, and free. There are sincerely kindred souls whom you are karmically destined to meet. There are sacred soul ties that bind certain beings together so strongly that they are able to withstand great distance, even over lifetimes." Wow. And still remain intact. An intimacy that is full, beautiful, and honoring is part of your destiny, and you can trust how and when it shows up in your world. Oh my gosh. You know, aside from all of this unesthetically pleasing views and horrible lighting and just like terrible setup, like beside all that, this is an energy, a breakthrough moment that you more than deserve. So give it to yourself. Give the forgiveness to yourself that you've needed forever. And let yourself breathe into the tomorrow that you really deserve. I love you so much, collective. I'll see you on the next one.